We're at the end of our walk, well, almost the end of our walk. Beach over there, that's Towan Beach, and our car's not far off, just over the fields over there. Now I'm going to put, this is going to be odd, but I'm going to put this bit at the beginning of the video, even though it's at the end, really to say that it's been quite a spectacular walk, because certainly this last hour we've seen loads and loads of seals, and I've got some videos of them, so I hope you can have a look at those. They're really good. Yeah, so we've done, at the moment, I think by the time we get back to the car, about 8 miles, so that's about getting on for 14-15k, so it's been really good. We've gone from Porth right the way around St Anthony's Head, followed the coastline along. As you can see right in the distance over there, right in the distance has Dodman Point, so we're going east now. So as always, thanks for watching, but keep watching, because this one's going to be a good one, and I'll try to edit it down as much as I can. Today's YouTube video starts with the Loch Ness Monster. We're here at the King Harry Ferry. We're going to go over to the Roseland to do a walk around there. So this is the Carrick Strait, and that's the King Harry Ferry. Just up in the trees over there is Trelisic House. Let's get in the car. Although the ferry has just gone to the other side, so we're going to have to wait for it to come back. It will take about 10 minutes. Right, while we're waiting, I was just going to tell you about the King Harry Ferry. You can hear Charlie in the background. He's very excited, but he's not getting out just yet. He gets very excited when we stop the car because he thinks he's going to go for a big run, which he is soon. Right, the King Harry Ferry goes across the river. It takes about 5 minutes, if that. It's quite expensive. For the very short distance it is. It's £7.50 one way or £11 return. Yeah, and it leaves about I'd say about every 10 minutes, backwards and forwards. I don't know what it is, seasonal, but I think it stops at night, but I'm not quite sure. But anyway, check out the website if you want more information. Right, we're just boarding the King Harry Ferry now. So you go down a little chicane, following a fire truck. Now the King Harry Ferry is a chain ferry. So if you don't know what a chain ferry is, it basically gets pulled along by a chain, and it's just there, look. So it's anchored in both sides of the river, and then there's an engine on the ferry itself that pulls the chain, or pulls the ferry along on the chain. So it's yeah, so it's quite interesting. It's not very big, probably takes about 40 cars maybe. And there we go, we're in place. With a little video while we're on board. The last ferry is 11:30. Not 11:30, 7:30 return tonight. And the day return is, I thought, is £11. And at the moment it's February 2025. So obviously it could go up if you're watching this a little bit further down the line. So we're on the Carrick Straits here, so I'll be looking up towards Roundwood Quay. That's Trelisic House over there. You won't be able to see it, but that's looking down the Fowl towards Pendennis, Castle Way. It's not very far over. Fairly nice day. It's a lot better when this is all green. It's about 4 degrees today, so it's bloody cool. Let's go to the back of the ferry. So that's where we were a moment ago. Hopefully I can show you the chain mechanism that pulls it along. And if for whatever reason either Paul Hawke, Nick Jones or Rich Iverson or Natalie Bell are watching, there's a fire engine. Woohoo! We've parked up in a National Trust car park. It's quite busy today for some bizarre reason. It's out of season. There's lots of dogs around, so it must be a doggy walking club or something like that. It's a bit cold, isn't it, Lizzie?
Yeah, freezing.
Yeah, freezing. So she's got a hat on. I've got my hat on. Charlie's got his fur coat on. Hello, Charlie. Say hello. Yeah, so we've got to make our way. We don't quite know where we're going, so we've got to make our way down the hill and try to pick up the coast path. We're not on the official coast path for the start. We've got to go to a place called Place, and then that's where the coast path starts. Should be a little pier there, and that's where the ferry goes over to St Maurs. So let's see if we can find it. And we're starting here at Porth Farm, and the car park we've used is called Porth as well. A lot of the videos we look at, they don't tell you about the toilets. So we've got beach and toilets up that way. Now my only assumption is that that beach is Towan Beach, which is about, I don't know, quarter of a mile that way. There's another car park down here as well. This is Porth car park as well, National Trust car park. So if you've got your magic card, it's free. There we go. Starting off on our walk through Emma's Wood. There we go. There's a lot of trees felled around here. There's a sign up there saying why they were felling them, so there's obviously a reason. It's nice firewood there. It looks like the reason they felled the trees is that they planted lots of fruit trees here. So if you're watching this in the future, you should be able to get some apples and pears from here. But at the moment they're real small saplings. But there's definitely some apple trees. I've just saw them there, so yeah, that's what it was like in the future. And we're in like a bit of a creek here. Tide's obviously out, a bit smelly. The first part of our walk today, and how far are we in? 0.62 miles from the car, in a really nice wooded area. And there's a beautiful part of the river down there. I don't exactly know what it's called, Lizzie does, but it's a slight tributary off the estuary that goes into St Maurs. I think we're coming up to our first stop here. Do we go starboard or do we carry on? Lizzie, what was that? What's the river called again? Say again? The Percule River. There's a Percule River that comes from St Maurs out to here. So Porth is where we just come from. Place Quay is 1 mile, and Porth is 3/4 of a mile. So looks like Liz has made the decision to go to starboard, and we're going this way. Right, let's go. It looks like Lizzie stopped near a bench, so perhaps this is our first tea stop, just for a swig. What do you think, Lizzie? Shall we have a quick swig of tea or carry on?
Yeah, let's have a sip of tea.
Pardon?
Yeah, let's have a sip of tea.
Right, we're just going to have a quick swig of tea, so switching off again. But just to show you over there, that's the back end, so the southern end of St Maurs. There's some big holes been dug here, quite deep ones. One over there as well. My only assumption is that they're probably badgers. The only place I've seen things like that before in the Forest of Dean where the wild boars are, but I don't think there's any wild boar around here. You never know, but my guess is there's some badger holes. We did see one last night, a badger, in Porth when it was dark, but unfortunately we didn't get a picture of it because it was too quick. And just about a mile in, we're in this beautiful pine woodland, loads of pine needles on the floor. It's really soft underfoot, and just over there, that's sort of the back end, the southerly end as it were, of St Maurs. We can't see the castle or the shops or anything yet, but it's just over the river. I think we're going to bring our boat over the river this year over here, because we've not been over here before. We usually turn right going to Falmouth, but we'll turn left and come up here. It's beautiful little woodland. One of those what you walk on and it's silent because you're walking on the needles. Beautiful. There's a little hut on the beach here, so we're going to have a look. Fish box. Let's see where this one's from. From Plymouth. Oh, I just stood on the stile and it tipped up, so there must be a bit missing. I know what you're all thinking. Not true. Oh, there we go. Down to a little beach down here. He's already in the lad. There's a little hut here. Looks like a little sailing club hut or something like that. Nice anchors. Beauty. I think that one's called a Danforth. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, lovely little beach. St Maur's in the distance and we're heading over. Right, let's do where we come from, where we're going. We are going over there for a start. There's a place called Place where the ferry comes over, so that's where we're going. Charlie's favourite thing in the world is pine cones to chase. And there's a stick here with lots of pine cones on it. Get it, Charlie, go on. Go on, let's get it. Go on. Yeah. Oh, go on. Oh. What a gentleman. Thank you. Remember, always close the gates. We've not seen one piece of litter yet. Absolutely amazing. If you're doing the Southwest Coastpath, this bit isn't on it, but it's very close to it. I'd say it's probably maybe 2 miles between Porth and Place. Some of the most beautiful woodland I've ever been through. Stunning. So if you've got a bit of extra time, just do this bit. Here comes Charlie. Come on. Woohoo! Well done. Well done. Go on. We've done 1.8 miles from Porth. This is where the Southwest Coastpath starts. So what we've done up to now isn't Coastpath, but from now on in is. So this is the pontoon from St Maur's back in April. So the last ferry from St Maur's is 1700, 5 o'clock. And the last ferry back from this is quarter past after April, sorry, from October. So this little floating pontoon here is where the ferry comes in. So if I go down to this pontoon, I'm now on the Southwest Coastpath. And there we go, look. That proves it. Beautiful. And over there is St Maur's where the ferry comes from. No unauthorised persons beyond this point. That means no riffraff. So that means we're not invited. And we just clicked the 2 mile mark on the watch from where we started. Looks like some steps here. It looks like the ferry comes in here as well. Some fenders down there as well. So I would imagine this is a low tide slip or something. As an atheist, I'm absolutely fascinated by places of worship. What's this one here, look? I've never seen a gravestone like that. It's got like a trombone thing on it. All these neglected graves. Probably from about 100 years ago. You're soon forgotten, unfortunately. Going into the Place church. There we go. Let's see if it's open. Right, where did we come from? Where are we going? That little building over there is where Charlie was eating the pine cones, and right over there is where we started. So we walked right the way around here, and if you look over there, that's the ferry stop place. This beach here is like being on a desert island. Lots of sea glass here. Probably not many people come around here. this little part of the coast path here. Not sure, but we'll soon find out. On the beach here, we've got a boat that's seen better days. It's a good old shipwreck. There's metal things sticking out. I don't think it's part of the pier. It's an odd place if it is. It's part of a ship. Just a little tip, if you see this bit here and the tide's there, it's a one-way street, so we've got to go back. Doesn't matter. But yeah, that's the dead end. Boat going out, not coming in. I don't know whether you know, but you can actually swim across the River Fowl if you're doing the Southwest Coast Path. So I wonder how many people have done that. You start over there, just under Pendennis, and you swim along to St Maur's. I've done it about 3 times now. So I can actually say I've done the Southwest Coast Path on the top of the sea without your ferry. And it's St Maur's. Beautiful spot this is. Another boat coming in. We're heading towards St Anthony's Lighthouse, which is over there. It's really odd that a boat's just anchored out there. There's no one on it. I think the oars are inside it. It's a really odd place to anchor up. Seems like there's a load of pots over there, loads of them. Loads of old pots. Look. Load of plastics here, look. A couple of pots. Somebody's coat, a few tyres. Someone's cleaned that up. There's also a ghost net down there. There's a very odd bit of marshland here. You go down this little path, and there's a marsh here. A waterfall here. All of a waterfall. And you walk across this little walkway. We're now on St Anthony's Lighthouse on St Anthony's Point in the Roseland. If you look up there, you can see the lighthouse. It's still a working lighthouse. And just on the way around there, you can see the light flashing. Now I don't know if you can see in the distance out there. There's an oil tanker. I've just had a look on the map, on the marine map, and that's a Maltese oil tanker that's on its way into Falmouth. So, locally known as Fraggle Rock, because those old enough might remember a programme called Fraggle Rock, and this is Fraggle Rock Lighthouse. There's St Anthony's Head now, and these little cottages, I think you can stay in these. We're going to have our picnic round here somewhere and have a brew. On St Anthony's Head, there are some toilets up here that are open quite often. Last time I came up here, they were open, and in the winter they are now. There's Falmouth in the distance. Our walk the other week was from about there, and we walked right the way down the coastline to about there. look at St Anthony's Head up here. There's these concrete buildings. Now, these are various gun emplacements and things from the Second World War, and built around the defence of the magazines here. And there's a gun emplacement up here, so we'll go and have a look. Warning: unprotected edges. It's a disclaimer. So this is where the missiles would go. Store them in here in the ammunition lockers. There we go. And the guns would sit in here. Fire at the enemy ships coming in. And there's the degrees on the concrete, so you'd know what direction to aim. And that's where the gun used to sit, firing out to sea. I think there's about 3 or 4 of these around here. I think there's one a little bit further up, but this is quite an interesting one. And there's a shell hoist, so you can bring the bombs up. This is Charlie. You won't believe it, but he's 12 years old. And he's got the legs of a 3-year-old. Charlie, what's this? This is a lovely little spot and a beautiful beach, but we can't get down to it. You can only do it by boat. This is a Cornish hedge, or Cornish edge, and this is a stile built into it. Great structures. Some of these are thousands of years old. Thousands, not hundreds. Over there's loads and loads of seals. Just stood at the point up there, and I can hear them singing. So there's must be about 30 of them. Probably even more than that. If you look very carefully, you can see them getting in and out of the water. I think most of them are on the land. Can't see any in the sea. I'm sure there are. Well, a few just gone in. This is one of the best moments of the day so far. I was over there a moment ago looking at the steels, and I've come down and tried to just stay up here to stop them being scared. There's a few in the water, but look how many there are down here. There were about 50 or 60. They were singing a moment ago. And bobbing around in the water, look. Absolutely wonderful. They're quite big ones. I think there's all sorts of species here. I'll have to have a look when I get back, but they're all asleep. They're like big bears. Some of them, they're huge. Some of them are absolutely huge. Especially this boy down here. He's a boy. Back on the ferry, on the way home in the dark. There we go. Hydraulics are lifting the ramp up. Going back. Say hello to the captain here. Get on. Alright, this is the last video of tonight. And we're off the King Harry ferry. Going back home for a cider and a bottle of beer. Isn't that right, Lizzie?
Yep.
Thanks for watching, everybody, as always. Like, subscribe,